Hello, hi, good evening. It is I, Sophie. My gosh, I'm so winded for no reason, but it's fine. We will get through it because you know what this video is? It is a March TBR. So we're going to be talking about that today. Super exciting. I will admit I don't have one of the books on my TBR. I got to pick it up from the library. However, I have three of the four books with me physically, so we're gonna talk about them. I'm gonna go ahead and mention like the book. Basically, the book that's on hold at the library is Powerless. One of the book clubs that I'm on Fable was reading Powerless. I don't know if they finished or not, but I was like, you know what? It gives me an excuse to read that book and get that going. So super fun, super exciting. I'm gonna talk about another book club pick from another group that I'm in, excuse me, that's also reading a book. So we're just gonna get into that. We're gonna dive in. The other book club pick and another one of my book clubs on Fable is Lightlark. The thing is, I don't know if they've moved on from them or not. But we're gonna read it and have fun and all that stuff. So basically, Lightlark is a fantasy romance, and let me just read the little synopsis because this book seems very interesting. Welcome to the Centennial. Every 100 years, the island of Lightlark appears for only 100 days to host a deadly game where the rulers of 6 realms fight to break their curses and win unparalleled power. Each ruler has something to hide. Each curse is uniquely wicked. To break them and save themselves and their realms, one ruler will die. To survive, is the crown must lie, cheat, betray, even as love complicates everything. Okay. The second time, okay, so this is like, I have been filming for a hot minute, right? This synopsis sounds really freaking cool. I'm very excited for Lightlark. It's been kind of on my radar for a while, and I just bit the bullet, and I was like, you know what? I got to. I must. Super excited. So let's go ahead and get to the other books that aren't part of any book clubs now that like I've kind of gone over those two. So let's just go ahead and do that. Okay. A Lesson in Vengeance is the third book that I will be mentioning. English, my brain, my bad. Basically, it's like college campus witchcraft and the occult, from what I read in the synopsis, because the synopsis is very long. I am very excited about this because, as we saw with Hellbent and with Ninth House, I very much enjoy college setting dark academias with like the occult and like subtle magic things. But then again, it grew to be not so subtle as the series progressed. I don't know how subtle it's going to be in this book, but regardless, it's a dark fantasy thing. Super excited. This one has also been in my radar for a hot minute. I think almost all of the books that I'm actually reading are going to be YA. Now that I think about it, that's crazy. This is YA, Lightlark is YA, Powerless is YA. Now, just because it's YA doesn't mean I know if there's any stuff going on. Also, this is apparently LGBTQ friendly. Apparently. Yes, it has queerness, so we love that. As a queer person, fantastic. So that is this book. Now we're going to get on to the last book. Super excited, super fun. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we have A Strange Hymn by Laura Thalassa. So this book is basically the second book in the Bargainer series. And if you haven't read the first book, I'm just going to kind of give a small synopsis and keep it as like major spoiler free as possible. But if you would rather just kind of like skip ahead so you don't get spoiled, like just the sex in general, totally cool, totally understand. Basically, the first book, the bargainer, the name of the book is Rhapsodic, and basically it's about this relationship between a fairy named Desmond and this siren named Calypso. And basically he helps her out of a bind, they become friends, and then at some point they just stop talking to each other for 7 years. And after, she's grown up to be more of an adult, because I believe she's like 16 or 17 in like the start of the book, she becomes an adult. And basically after those 7 years he finds her again. He's like, hey, I'm here to collect all of the bargains that you have made with me. And so they start doing that, and their relationship grows, obviously. And then like some shit happens, she gets taken away somewhere and basically has to be saved, unfortunately, but she can't help that because the Fae are immune to her siren abilities. And basically, part of why Desmond is like, hey, you have to come with me, is because he wants her to use her like detective skills, because she's a PI, to like help him with figuring out what's going on with some of the Fae in his realm, which isn't a spoiler, that's actually in the synopsis, so like, you're good. And so they think they find out who the dude is, and then, the other stuff happens that I previously mentioned. And then at the start of A Strange Hymn, things are not what they seem, and like their relationship is growing, and she's learning so much but also so little about the Desmond dude. And it's like this whole thing, they get invited to the court of Flora, and they're having to continue the investigation because obviously it was not solved. But honestly, I seriously really enjoyed the series. I read the first book relatively quickly. I had a physical copy of it, and then I gave it away like a silly. But it's fine because I have a Nux, and I can read on that. So I have almost all of the books on my Nook. Which is why I'm like, okay, I really need to read this and really need to get on my system, because it is so good. I absolutely love all of the books that I've read by Laura Thalassa. I have read Rhapsodic, and I have read Bewitched. Was it Bewitched? I think that's the first book in that little series that she did with like the college girl that kind of like is trying to get into this like magic school, but she has memory problems because of her magic. It's very interesting. It's very modern and all that stuff. And yeah, super duper fun. Sorry, my nose got stuffed up out of nowhere. It's making it hard to talk. But yes, that is all of the books that I am reading. So yeah. So that concludes my little TBR. Basically, unfortunately, I wish I had Powerless with me so I could just kind of like cradle. But I did not have the foresight to do that. If anything, I might just make a little short on my YouTube talking about that book and like the fact that it's on my TBR to kind of like make up for it. Let me know in the comments if you would like to see something like that from me. But until then, I have 3 of the 4 books to my disposal. So yeah, super fun, super exciting. I am very excited. I have mostly, it's like I have like a modern dark romance fantasy, dark stuff. Like this is kind of like just dark fantasy, romance fantasy, and then another romance fantasy. So I'm heavily playing into that this month apparently. And it's super exciting, super fun. If you'd like to see more, and if you want me to kind of like vlog my reading experience, let me know in the comments. If you've made it this far, please leave a little book emoji. Just a a little book emoji. And yeah, I will see you guys later. Thanks for joining. Here's the little, those are the books. But yeah, okay, thanks guys. Bye. Also, I almost forgot, please do not forget to like and subscribe if you like my videos and if you want to see more of me. I post semi-regularly, roughly. And yeah, thanks for watching. Bye.